So more Q&A off the Nick Wright Bodybuilding Facebook page, since again I am visiting the La Familia for the holidays and I'm not in my normal place with my normal equipment. So anyway, another common question comes down to breakfast and how it stimulates metabolism. We're always taught growing up that breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it kicks off our metabolism, gets our body into a fat burning mode. The reality of it is that's 110% false. See, breakfast, if it does feel better for you, is going to be all personal preference. In other words, some people, it will make them focus better having something in their stomachs. They're not as hungry, they're not craving as much. It may give you a little bit more energy to kickstart your day, sure. But that's all personal preference. It has no actual effect on your body composition, meaning how much fat you gain or lose, and it definitely doesn't have an effect on your metabolism, because when it comes to metabolism, keep in mind, your metabolism takes anywhere from 2 to even 3 weeks to even notice a change in diet and then make the adjustment. In other words, a lot of times we're taught that if you have breakfast 4 out of 7 days a week, and then on that 5th day you skip breakfast, your metabolism is going to be slowing down for that day and get all messed up. Or vice versa, if you don't have breakfast, the second you do throw breakfast into the equation on a given day, your metabolism will then be cranking for that day. In other words, they try to spin it like when we wake up every morning, we're starting from scratch. Our metabolism is off or in neutral. And what we do with it in the morning, meal-wise, is going to determine whether or not our metabolism gets fired up or it starts off moving slow and stays slow for the rest of the day. And in reality, that's not true at all. If you have breakfast 2 days and then don't have it for the next 3 days and then have it again for the next 4 days, your metabolism won't notice a difference. You have to consistently, meaning you can't just throw it in for a few days and then stop. You have to consistently change your eating habits for a solid 2 to 3 weeks at least for your metabolism to see that change and to actually adjust to it. So breakfast is going to be completely irrelevant. Secondly, keep in mind that meal timing is 100% irrelevant. Again, it can have different effects on personal preference. Some people may find more energy having a big meal before they work out, or some people may find that they're more lethargic eating too soon before activity. That's all personal preference. Feel that out. Whatever you prefer, fine. When it comes to body composition, again, meaning your metabolism, meaning fat gain, fat loss, muscle gain, catabolism, meal timing is 100% irrelevant. There is no limit. I mean, there's a limit if you get to extreme numbers, like in the thousands, there becomes a limit. But there's no limit in how many calories you can take in one sitting. There's no real limit to how much protein you can take in, again, until you get into like the thousands, the extreme amounts. Then obviously there's a physical limit. But you can theoretically take all of your daily calories in one meal, and it will be metabolized optimally. It'll be metabolized optimally. It'll just take that much longer to digest it, but all food will be metabolized. There's nothing proving that food does not get metabolized if you take too much of it in one sitting. And really, this has been proven by all the different diets that come out. Intermittent fasting, that's basically eating 2 meals in a 24-hour period. Some people switch it up. Some do like 2 meals in a 9-hour period. Some people go like crazy amounts of time. But whatever, the point is, it's almost like a version of the Warriors diet, which has been out forever, where people eat like twice in an extended period of time, and they're fine. So again, if you do one set diet, like say you do the intermittent fasting consistently, eventually your metabolism may adjust to that a little bit. And if you eat 6 to 8 meals a day for whatever reason, again, your metabolism may adjust to it. But the other thing to keep in mind is that any metabolism adjustment really isn't going to mean a whole lot to you, because weight gain and weight loss ultimately comes down to calories in versus calories out. If you're in a calorie surplus, you're going to be gaining weight. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to be losing weight. So your metabolism may adjust that maintenance for you a little bit. In other words, your calorie deficit may be able to be a little bit higher because your metabolism's a little bit higher now. But it's not going to be that big of a difference. Ultimately, you still have to track how many calories you're taking in and either go on a surplus or a deficit based on whatever your goal is. So bottom line, guys, breakfast, maybe a fun meal, an enjoyable meal, may help you out mentally throughout the day, but physically, body composition-wise, no real benefit, and it does not touch your metabolism. Remember, metabolism adapts to overall consistent diet pattern and habit after 2 to 3 weeks of that diet being consistent. And it's the overall diet it's looking at, not one meal. So that's another Q&A off the NWB fan page while I wait to get my regular video stuff back.